everyone. It is me, Jana Short. I'm the editor-in-chief of Best Holistic Life magazine, and I've created Publishing Power Play for you to learn a few tips on why it is so important for brand awareness, building trust and rapport with your potential clients, and getting your expertise and seen as an expert in your field through publications. And when I'm talking about publications, I'm meaning on-stage presence. I'm talking about writing books. I'm talking about being on covers of magazines. I am talking about all the kinds of publicity that you can create. But today, I'm going to give you some tips on what I know really well, being published as a leader. So I'm going to tell you why it is so important to be published as a leader. There's a couple of reasons that stick out right away. It builds your expertise as a leader in that field. Number two, it's evergreen. That information that you put out into the world stays there and keeps attaching to you over and over and over again. And so building that kind of credibility for you, for your brand and what you are trying to get out into the world is super important. So let's see what we have. Ooh, here's the most important thing I want you to do is to be open and honest with your experiences, right? I want you to share your journey, your life, that pivotal moment that maybe shifted you into who you are right now. So when I shared my journey, by the way, my whole platform started off me just sharing my journey because I wanted to get it out there. I was given pretty much a death notice. I wasn't able to eat food. I had to have a complete radical gastrectomy. It was insane. And the food that I was eating was poisoning me. And so I got desperate and I got online. I started looking for holistic options. By the way, that was over a decade ago. But I tell people how it felt to be scared, to be desperate, to not have the answers. And the people around me were not able to help and support me, and being terrified that I was living my last days here with my family and my friends. And so it changed me. It changed my essence of who I am and what I want in the world. And I share that all the time it's threaded to all of my talks, everything I build. So I want to talk to you today mostly that leaders write. Let's think of some of your favorite leaders. I promise you, they have a book. I promise you that they aren't just throwing posts out onto social media. They have a thought of something they want to share with you, and they write it more instructionally for you to learn something, but they have a unique ability to thread in personality, to thread in enough emotion to create an emotional response in you. And those are the leaders that blow up. I'm not an analytical person, so it's very hard for me to read a book and have that book be I'm trying to think, all instructional, right? The scientific side of this and how this worked from step A to B to C. I'm the journey girl. I talk about the struggle at the beginning and then the high when I thought I had figured it out, and then what it felt like to get pulled back down to the very first step when I had done it wrong or I did it too fast. But I took all those lessons I learned and I wrote about it, right? The first time I did this, the first time I published a magazine. These are all the things I look back. I look at my original magazine and I look at the ones going out today. And first of all, I have joy for where I've come from and excitement knowing it just is going to get better. So writing is super important. So here are the tips I want to teach you about writing. It matters what publication you're being published in. So if you're an auto mechanic and you want to be the best auto mechanic around, think about it. There's tons of shows right now about auto mechanics, or they're restoring amazing things or sharing unique cars. What is your niche, right? And then you want to write about your beautiful niche, what you feel very comfortable and very confident in talking about. I want you to write about that, but I don't want you to publish it in Best Holistic Life magazine because it really wouldn't attract our readers. So you're going to look for publications that write about what you want to share with the world, and then you're going to start approaching them. Here's a couple of do nots when you're approaching them. Tell them you're going to write them a unique article that's never been published anywhere else. We spend a lot of money publishing your articles. I know for me, an average page is $500. For me to take your article, process it, and get it going to publication, it's about $500 a page. And so, having said that, I don't want you to give me an article that you wrote 3 years ago and has been floating around across the internet on multiple platforms. So let them know you're going to create something unique for their readers. Remember, this is all about my readers. This isn't about me. We didn't get to 1.5 million subscribers because it was about me. It's always been about our readers. And so let them know I'm going to write something so interesting for your readers that's unique only for you. Those are the words we want to hear when we're publishing. We do tell people that we do not want to publish something that's already been published. You can change it 10%, new title, give it a little facelift, and we will accept those, but we don't want to accept those. We want something new and unique that's only being seen in our publication. And that is what every other editor, major blog, website, that's what they want, something new and unique to their website that's written specifically for their readers. So when you're pitching yourself, that's the first thing you want to lead off with. The second thing you want to lead off with is a little bit about that you are educated in the field that you're writing in. If it's life experience, that's fine. But let them know if you're teaching as a PhD or you're giving dental advice that you have the credibility and background to do that, because we vet everyone who writes for us, because our goal at Best Holistic Life magazine is to, number one, do no harm. So we make it very clear to our writers, no curative claims and no types of diagnoses. And I would suggest that if you're in the health and wellness industry, you never make a curative claim and you never make a diagnosis, because what happens when you start going out in SEO is it will get sliced. It will get pushed down, bogged down. Nobody will pull it up. If I typed in how to cure cancer, I'm going to get hundreds and hundreds of crazy wackadoodle stuff, because we all know there is no cure for cancer as of yet. I love my yet word, as of yet. And there are some people that have been cured of it for sure, but there's no magic pill or injection right now that we can take, our treatment plan that works for everyone. So I want to make sure that when you're writing in health and wellness, that you're making no curative claims. And oddly enough, my mindset coaches are the ones that I have to send articles back on, because you think it would be people in the medical field, right? Talking about autoimmune, but mindset coaches, and I believe this as well, really believe everything can change with the power of thought in your mind. I believe that too, but I cannot make a curative claim or blanket claim using that, because it was possible for me. But if you told me I need to heal a broken leg through the power of thought, I know it's possible, but I probably couldn't do it. So I want to make sure that we're really clear on what you should be sending out to publications. I want to go over all the little tips that we have for you, make sure I'm not missing anything. So once you've identified your niche, for me, my niche is on mindset, and my niche is writing, right? Publication. I'm a publisher and a publicist and a podcaster. But when I'm podcasting, I'm talking inside my niche. When I'm writing articles, I'm writing with inside my niche. And you think that you're going to get bored and it's going to run out. I'm going to tell you one thing. There's an earlier episode, if you watch, with a person who does public speaking, right? He is kind of phenomenal. And one of the things he said, which is so true, when you listen to any big speaker, for me, it was Les Brown. I heard him decades ago, 30 years ago, I heard him, and he changed my life. His speech did. When I heard him, things changed in me. Possibilities blossomed out of my thought process. And I stopped feeling sorry for myself, because he talks about that. I heard him again last year, and he did the same talk. It was the exact same talk, and I still got goosebumps. I still got excited and motivated. You listen to Tony Robbins, it's the same talk. He has the same story. He might add a few new things depending on where he's speaking at, but it is the same story, and it's been good enough for them for decades. When you create your niche and you become the master of that niche, it will be good enough for you. You don't have to grow out of it. You will grow within it. And so it's really important for you to identify what that is when you're reaching out with ideas for publications. Once you do that, I want you to, again, choose the right platforms. Take a look at platforms. Go online to Amazon, see like magazines, go to blogging pages. What blogging pages would I be a great fit for? Pick about 10 of them and start pitching to them, because not all of them will respond back. Some people have expensive pricing. I know Best Holistic Life, we give everyone their first article for free after they meet with me, depending on that they are within our niche. They get their first article printed for free. So look for places like that to put your articles. Once you find that, let's make sure that the quantity, or it's not quantity, it's quality. The quality of your article, this is going in publication. And if it's a digital, even if it's print, but mostly if it's digital, that thing is going to come back and haunt you later in a good way or a bad way. So if it's got your name on it, your brand, your beautiful niche, how you educate, put out quality information. Take some time to put together the thought of what you want to write about, but how do I want it to affect my reader? Do I want them to be inspired? Do I want them to start investigating on their own because I've educated them on something new? Do I want them to reach out to me? Is this whole article to pull them in so that they could get more information from me? So figure out what that looks like for you. What is in it for the reader? What do you want them to take away from it? And what topic do you want to put out there? Do a little bit of research and put together an amazing, amazing article, because they're going to ask you back. When we finish out our month, well, right around the middle of it, I get a list of our top 5%, meaning our readers were so active in them, they popped out at our top 5%. I reach out to every one of those people and ask them if they like a regular column, because I know they can write. I know what they're feeding our readers, they're eating, and everybody's happy. So make sure that you're putting out really quality writings, and look for the length too, because I say 900 words. It's super easy to put 900 words together. As a matter of fact, mostly I get told the hardest part for them was keeping it into the 900 words. So I want you to be able to put out that 900 words at least. So what I would do now is start writing the thought process down, right? This would be a great article. This, I get asked all the time. If a client gives you a message in Instagram or Facebook and you're like, great, I could answer that in a story with more information. That's what I want you to do. I want you to start writing all the ideas down. Let them bubble inside of you, and then start pulling them out and creating articles, blogs, information to go with them. I'm going to be doing an episode after this that talks about, once you create that one article, all the magical things that you can do with it. I also want to talk to you about promoting your own content. I did not get 1.5 million subscribers because I know 1.5 million people. I do not. I have a very small bubble of family and friends that I know very well. And of course, my clients and the people I come in contact with, but I couldn't even get close to 1,000. And so when I started publishing, I did the first year, everything was for free. Actually, it was the first 18 months. Everybody got free space in the magazine. But I have to admit, I started with 30,000 subscribers to it. So it was a smaller group of people, but I had one ask for them: get out there and promote your article, just your article. Talk about that you were published in Best Holistic Life magazine. Talk about your article, educate on it, send people to read the entire article. And when they sent them, they subscribed to the magazine and they loved it. And some of those writers have been writing for me. Some of my writers have been writing for me since day one. And it's because our readers love them so much. I've watched them grow. It has been fabulous. So when you're doing your article content and you're thinking about it and promoting yourself, really promote yourself. So each month on my personal page, because I do not promote myself in any way on Best Holistic Life, I try not to be the face there and have all of my writers and covers be the face. But on my personal page, the whole month, I'm talking about what I wrote in that article, giving tips, leaving little videos, little notes. I have a coaching page where they can go and learn more about that one article. So I build around that entire article. So if you have a theme, you can write multiple articles on multiple platforms. I write for multiple platforms. It's all the same idea. so that everything that month is on the focus on, let's just say, the focus on creating emotion and emotional words in your writings, how to connect emotionally with your readers. Let me tell you, the number one reason people purchase your product, time with you, or anything to do with your article is because you connect with them emotionally. Number one, I felt something. I felt inspired. I felt there was hope for me to do this. I was excited by it. I felt an emotion. It wasn't just blah. The second thing is, once you build an emotion with someone, you start building trust and rapport. All of a sudden, not only am I emotionally moved by your article, the second thing is I'm starting to trust you, which means what? You look safe. You look like a safe place for me to discuss my PTSD with. You look like a person that won't judge me on this. You look like a person that it's safe to release funds to get into your program. So writing is a lot more than you think, and connecting on an emotional basis is the number one reason you want to become a good writer. Here's the other thing. I remember when we used to have people, we could see their likes and their comments. We don't do that anymore because we do not measure our success anymore by the number of likes or the number of comments. I would have clients who wrote the best article and it was blowing up for us in analytics, but they weren't getting likes on their page, or they weren't getting enough comments that were positive, or they'd get one negative positive and everything crushed for them. I want you to not judge the success of your article by that. I want you to judge the success of your article by how you feel about the education and thought process you put into writing it, the delivery of it. That is the number one thing, because at the end of the day, and I'm going to say it again, at the end of the day, your article, if it helps one person, one out of the thousands or hundreds of thousands that read it, are you a success or are you a failure? So I want you to stop looking at that and stop judging your success for your magazines, or not magazines, but articles, or your words that you're printing out on the copy in your social media. I challenge you guys to shut all those off for a month and just be you, right from your heart. Connect emotionally with those potential clients or the people that are following you. The next thing I want to go over very quickly is overcoming challenges. Some people just aren't writers, right? And it's very hard for them to get the process down in an emotional way. So what I would tell you to do is write as much as you can. Just vomit your idea on a page, literally vomit it. Oh, and I thought of this. This is how I do things because I'm scattery, as you can tell. I've got this great idea, and then I've got this, and oh, I remember this. And then I'll get some help from ChatGPT, and I'll say, can you help me start forming an article with this? And there's usually enough for 3 articles, but I tell them I'm only going to use it for 900 words, so keep it short. But here's my outcome. I want the outcome to be that my clients, my readers resonate with the fact that there's still hope for them. I want them to feel hopeful. I want them to feel like they can take that next step. Can you help me use these words to create that? And then they do, and I get it. And I go through it. I will change out a whole paragraph if it doesn't look right. I will do whatever I need to do to make sure it's authentically me. And I do this one little tip. I always ask when I'm using something like that to please not write it in a human tone to evoke emotion in the reader, not AI generated. And it comes out completely different. Especially since I put words, I've listed words that I use all the time, thought processes, quotes that they can interject in there. So it's a really easy way to get across your writing challenge. I don't know what other kind of, maybe their next challenge is just finding the right people. There's a link in here. And if you're in the health and wellness industry, and that means mindset, breath work, yoga, overcoming challenges, health and wellness is in your business and relationships. Is my relationships healthy? Is my family life healthy? Is my work environment healthy? Those are all health and wellness, right? Stress levels. So it's not what you might be thinking of chronic illnesses or diseases. It's literally about holistically creating your best life with the tools that you have available to you and thriving in it. So I just want to give you a few extra resources. There's a couple of really incredible publications that I would recommend to you. I love Brains for the Business People. Brains is an amazing magazine. I've been writing for them a little over a year now. It's one of the publications because it's in alignment with my messaging. And so they do a beautiful job getting you out there. And there is a small fee. I think they charge $69.97 to be a regular writer for them per month. That's worth it because I can tell you, I have received 20 times that back because of writing in Brains magazine. You can write one article for Best Holistic Life for free. And then after that, we have a website only. So it's more of a blogging platform, but it's also where we put our published articles. So each month we have at least 1 million people coming to the website because they're getting the magazine, they're checking out the articles, they're being referred to by their writers, right? Where do you go get the magazine? Go to the website. Here's where you can read it, my article, but go to the website. So we have built it that way so you can write in the publication that way. I hope that you get out there and write. I hope that those of you who feel that you're leaders, start leading through writing and education, because that is one of the number one best ways to build trust and rapport. I'm going to give you one more quick tip. You can do what I'm doing right now. You're going to see what I've done with this video when it comes out, but you can just basically do it in a video, run the video through a program. It'll cut out the beautiful little clips that you can use to promote your video. It'll write an article for you that you can then create your article from. There's just so many ways in this day and age that what's up in these beautiful brain of yours, between these gorgeous ears of yours, can get out and help somebody. Because again, at the end of the day, I count myself as a success if I was able to help one person move forward. And I hope that you start finding ways to count those little wins in your life and celebrate them, because it takes a lot of little wins to get to the big ones, let me tell you. And it takes a lot of little scuffed knees on the way as well. You guys are listening to Publishing Power Play, and I'm the host, Jana Short. I'm also editor-in-chief of Best Holistic Life. We're going to put those links in the notes. I hope you grab them. Please leave us a rating and review and subscribe, because we would love to give you more information on how you can be seen and heard and recognized as a leader in your field through publications, through talks on stage, through media, through podcasting. There's just so many ways to get your message out there, but to get it out there with focus and thought to the right ears. And that's what we're going to help you do. Thank you guys for taking the time to listen today. Enjoy.